There are 2-channel and 3-channel dash cameras on the market that help you keep track of what's going on in front of, inside of, or behind your vehicle. If you're a rideshare driver or a fleet manager, you may want a way to track more than 3 viewpoints. You may want to look at the Thinkware MB-100 Multiplexer, which allows you to have up to 5 active viewpoints. The Thinkware MB-100 Multiplexer allows you to combine the video signals of 2 to 4 cameras into one 1080p 30 frames per second video signal that is then fed to the front dash camera and saved on the front dash camera's memory card in one video file, the video file for the rear camera. Using the MB-100 Multiplexer approach to have up to 5 actively recording cameras can be more cost-effective than trying to use a combination of 2 or 3-channel dash cameras. BlackboxMyCar sent me a Thinkware F200 PRO 2-channel dash camera, which is the front camera and the interior rear-facing camera, a Thinkware MB-100 Multiplexer, 2 exterior side view cameras, and an interior infrared camera, and a GPS module for the F200 PRO to test. I've been testing the MB-100 Multiplexer for the past couple of weeks. I have video samples, power consumption test data, and some installation notes on this product from Thinkware. So, let's get into it. This video contains several video chapters. If there's one of particular interest to you, jump to the time index listed on the screen here, or expand the video description section and click on the link down there. Hope you enjoy the video. What does the Thinkware MB-100 Multiplexer actually do? The MB-100 is an optional product for select Thinkware 2-channel dash cameras that converts the dash camera's rear 1080p 30 frames per second video channel into one that will record between 2 and 4 video feeds in one 1080p 30 frames per second rear video file. You select how many and in what orientation the video feeds from the cameras will be combined by changing the piano or dip switches on the MB-100. The combined video signal is then sent to the front camera's rear camera connection port and recorded in the rear camera video file. Here's an example of Mode 1, which combines the video feed from 2 cameras into a left-right combined video feed. Next is an example of Mode 2, which combines video feeds from 2 cameras into a top-bottom combined video feed. Next is an example of Mode 3, which combines the video feeds from 3 cameras. And finally, here's an example of Mode 4, which combines the video feeds from 4 cameras. The MB-100 Multiplexer box contains the MB-100 Multiplexer module, a video out cable that connects the MB-100 to the front dash camera, and a custom wiring harness. The wiring harness has 4 video input connectors labeled Cam 1 to Cam 4 for up to 4 cameras, a video out connector, and 2 power wires for constant battery power and a ground connection. The power connections for the MB-100 are in addition to the power connections for the Thinkware dash camera. Even though the yellow wire is connected to constant battery power, the MB-100 will only power on when the front dash camera is powered on. As of November 2022, here are the Thinkware front dash cameras that are compatible with the MB-100 Multiplexer. The first one on the list is the Thinkware F200 PRO, a 1080p 30 frames per second front dash camera. The second one is the Thinkware F790, also a 1080p 30 frames per second front dash camera. The third one is the Thinkware X700, also again a 1080p 30 frames per second front dash camera. And the last one on the list is the Thinkware X800, a 2K quad high definition 30 frames per second dash camera. If you're considering the purchase of the MB-100, make sure you have or purchase one of the compatible dash cameras listed on this screen. As of November 2022, here's a list of the optional Thinkware cameras that are compatible with the MB-100 Multiplexer. Let's start off with the BCFH57UR interior infrared camera. You can use this camera to record what takes place inside of your vehicle, day or night. The cable included with this camera is intended to connect this camera to a front dash camera that is located close to this camera. Since this camera is connecting to the MB-100 instead of a front dash camera, you must also purchase the F200 PRO rear camera cable to have a cable long enough to reach the MB-100 installation location. The next camera is the BCFH57U, which is an interior rear camera. This is the same camera included in the F200 PRO 2-channel dash camera product. The next camera on the list is the BCFH50SW side view camera. This camera's body is IP68 rated, meaning it's waterproof and dustproof. The default configuration for this camera is to be used as a left side view camera. To enable the right side view mode of this product, you simply cut the exposed white wire. Check out the installation notes section of this video for an issue I ran into installing this camera on my car. And the last camera on the list is the Thinkware TWA-NIFRT exterior infrared camera. It's helpful for RV owners or commercial vehicle owners that need an externally mounted camera. This camera's body is IP68 rated, meaning it's waterproof and dustproof, making this camera a great option to add a camera to a dash camera that a traditional dash camera would not be able to provide. Here are the things to consider when installing the MB-100 multiplexer. The installation location for the MB-100 must account for the cable lengths of the camera video cables and the two power wires. Due to the size of the MB-100 and the cable harness that is directly connected to the MB-100, it's not a suitable candidate for mounting on the front windshield. A typical installation location might be under the front seat or a front dashboard area or side kick panel area. If you're installing the side view cameras, make sure that the flat cable that comes directly out of the side view camera body can be safely routed through the gap between the front fender and the front door. The flat cable measures 1.6 millimeters or slightly over 1/16 of an inch thick. The gap between my car's front fenders and the front doors is right at 1/16 of an inch. The second issue with my car is that the front fenders have a metal lip that is not fully rolled flat, making for a very tight space that the flat cable might get rubbed by or caught on as I open and close the front doors. My installation was for testing purposes, so I selected a slightly unconventional path for the flat cable to avoid the issues I just mentioned with my car. As I attempted the first installation of one of the side view cameras, I found the double-sided tape would not fully contact the front fender body panel. The flat cable that comes out of the bottom side of the camera and then bends to exit the body of the camera is the issue that I had. The flat cable raised the body of the camera just enough to make it so only one end of the double-sided tape made full contact with the fender body panel. Due to my car's issue with the routing of the flat cable, I needed to have a way for the camera body to fit flush against the front fender body panel. I modified the camera's body bottom lip to have a small recess in it to allow the flat cable to reside within the small gap. This allowed the side camera to fit close to the front fender body panel, allowing the double-sided tape to have full contact across the entire surface of the double-sided tape. My feedback to Thinkware would be to make a modification to the side view camera body like I have to account for the installation situations like mine, where the flat cable cannot exit the bottom side of the side view camera directly into the gap between the front fender and the front door. I performed a series of power consumption tests using a F200 PRO dash camera and a rear camera to obtain baseline power consumption data for its various modes of operation. I then ran the same tests with the MB-100 added to the configuration to see how much additional power would be consumed by adding the MB-100 with two side view cameras, one interior infrared camera, and the same rear camera, but with it now connected to the MB-100. The total amount of power consumed by one of the MB-100 compatible Thinkware dash cameras and the MB-100, along with your choice of optional cameras, will be different depending on which configuration you select for your vehicle. This power consumption data should help you understand how much additional power is required when you add a MB-100 to your installation, especially if you plan on using any of its available parking modes. The Thinkware dash camera and the MB-100 both must be provided power to allow the MB-100 to function. The MB-100 is the unit that supplies the power to the optional cameras connected to the MB-100. The MB-100 does not consume any power if the Thinkware dash camera is powered off. If the Thinkware dash camera is operating in any mode, even energy-saving parking mode, the MB-100 will consume power and power the cameras connected to the MB-100. Based on my testing with this particular configuration of cameras, the MB-100 with the additional cameras will consume on average an additional 390 milliamps or 4.9 watts above and beyond what the Thinkware F200 PRO 2-channel dash camera requires. If you plan on using the MB-100 in a vehicle that requires parking mode recording sessions for more than a few hours, I would strongly recommend the use of a dash camera battery pack to power the Thinkware front dash camera and the MB-100. Based on the power consumption data that I've gathered, here are the projected parking mode recording times for the various parking modes available with the F200 PRO dash camera. The top estimate is for the F200 PRO with a rear camera. The time values are the number of days, hours, and minutes that each of the dash camera battery packs should be able to power that dash camera configuration. On the bottom half of the screen are the parking mode runtime estimates when the MB-100 has been added to the F200 PRO with a total of 4 cameras connected to the MB-100 for a total of 5 cameras. I hope you find this information useful in planning for your dash camera's power requirements if you plan to use one of the dash camera's available parking modes. Here are my final thoughts on the Thinkware MB-100 Multiplexer. It's a relatively simple way to convert one of the supported Thinkware front dash cameras into a dash camera with up to 5 video cameras. Since only one front dash camera is part of the MB-100 system, only one dash camera memory card is required. The combined video feed from the MB-100 will be saved in the rear camera video file on the front dash camera. It can be a less expensive way to get up to a 5-channel dash camera system. The alternative would be to purchase at least two 2 or 3 channel dash cameras, which means you need to purchase 2 memory cards and have power connections to multiple dash cameras. A dash camera system made up of multiple front dash cameras may not have all of the front dash cameras in the system detect the same event, so you may miss out on video in those situations. If the Thinkware front dash camera that's connected to the MB-100 is recording video, all of the cameras connected to the MB-100 will have their video recorded, so you don't have to worry about missing anything that takes place around your vehicle. Since the MB-100 is combining the 1080p 30 frames per second video feed from 2 to 4 cameras into one 1080p 30 frames per second video feed, the image quality of each camera's video will be reduced. Currently, the MB-100 is only compatible with 4 of the Thinkware front dash cameras. The MB-100 consumes the same amount of power no matter what the operational mode is for the Thinkware front dash camera. This can reduce the amount of parking mode recording time possible when using the MB-100. I would recommend using a dash camera battery pack to power the Thinkware front dash camera and the MB-100 for situations when this dash camera system is needing to support any parking mode recording operations. I would like to thank BlackboxMyCar for sending me the Thinkware products used in this video review of the Thinkware MB-100 Multiplexer. If you've decided that the Thinkware MB-100 Multiplexer is something you would like to purchase, BlackboxMyCar has product bundles to make it easier to purchase this dash camera system. They offer a rideshare bundle, which is the bundle of products that I tested in this video, a heavy-duty bundle, which includes 3 exterior infrared cameras, and a cargo bundle, which includes 2 side view cameras and 1 exterior infrared camera. You may also select the individual products to make up the camera mixture you would like to have in your dash camera system. If you would like to help support my work to review dash cameras and save 5% on your orders above $250 US or $300 Canadian, make sure to use my exclusive discount code RCG530 at checkout. You can also use the affiliate links in this video's description section to receive the same discount for qualifying orders. I hope you found this video helpful in making an informed purchase decision. If it did, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, Click that bell notification to be notified when I upload a video just like this one. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one.